Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video and happy new year. So this is my first video of 2021, which is pretty awesome. I want to apologize for not uploading yesterday, which is technically today. I know I was gonna try and do a video every day, but I've been off this week. But yesterday I felt like I needed a day off. I was playing one of my favorite video games yesterday for like 3-4 hours, and I was just like, you know what, today is a day to relax because why the hell not. But yeah, I hope you guys had a really nice new year. Hope you're staying home and having a nice time with whoever you were with. But today I want to do essentially like a roundup of 2020. There was kind of a lot that happened. Well, obviously at the same time there wasn't, so I thought I would put on like a full face of makeup because why not? My skin is looking pretty shit today, and just kind of talk about how my year was. There were a couple of things that stood out to me that were obviously very important and very like kind of, you know, life-changing for me, and I just wanted to like talk to you guys about it and hopefully you find it interesting. So yeah, let's get on with the video so we don't make it like 700 years long. So I'm not going to be going through every month because there were months when I just did nothing. Well, not nothing, I was working, but there wasn't anything that essentially like changed my life. So we're going to start from January because that was when we all thought everything was okay. So in January I did start my channel. So if you are new here, hello. A year ago, I decided to start a YouTube channel because I thought, why the hell not? I mean, I always thought I could bring some of my personality to a screen. Like a lot of people were kind of like, oh my God, your makeup is so good. You should do a channel. And I was just like, my makeup is not that good. My makeup is essentially just like, it's self-taught and it's not always amazing, which is still not because I'm not that great. I appreciate people being very kind and you know, liking my makeup, which is always fantastic, but I thought I would make a channel just as like a hobby, and it still is obviously a hobby, but it's a hobby that I really enjoy, and it's a hobby that I will be continuing obviously until I don't know, nothing special is going to happen, but I will definitely be continuing it on, and I have done so far. So this is like my 1 year anniversary, yay. So in advance, thank you to those who have subscribed and watching my videos and saying very kind words. I really appreciate it. But also in January, I went to see Slipknot. So I'm pretty sure I only went to like 2 gigs this year because obviously everything was locked down. But yeah, I went to see Slipknot with my friends, and it was the first time I'd ever seen them, and I had one of the most amazing times. I actually was kind of more excited to see the support band, which was Behemoth, even though I've seen Behemoth like 4 or 5 times now. They're just one of my favorite like black metal bands. They're fantastic. But the fact that I had loved Slipknot for so long and never seen them, it was my friends who were just like, look, I'm going to bulk buy some tickets. Do you guys want to go? And I was like, hell to the yes, because it was just in the O2, which is not very far, which obviously because I live in London and it doesn't take me that long to get there. Plus I've been to the O2 so many times. It's such a great venue. But it was honestly one of the best nights, and going with like a big group of friends is always a lot of fun because we've all known each other for so long, and obviously our love for music just brings a lot of people closer together basically. It was, yeah, just a fantastic night. I just absolutely had such an amazing time. I think the last gig of the year, I'm pretty sure I went to see Alice Cooper. My friend will have to correct me, I'll have to Google it, I can't remember, but I remember one of the last gigs was Alice Cooper, but then saw Slipknot as well. So that was one of the highlights of this year for sure. Then we're going on to like February, and for me this is like one of the most special moments of my life. In case I haven't mentioned it in like every video, but my favourite band in the whole world is Led Zeppelin. So if you don't know who they are, they're a classic rock band from like the 60s and 70s. And it's like one of my goals in life to kind of meet them all and not meet them, but as in like be in the same kind of presence, as you can say. And you know, there were 4 of them, one of them passed away, so obviously that's not something that I can really do. But you know, in the past I have met John Paul Jones, who is the bass player for Zeppelin. He is one of the nicest people in the whole world, and I'm pretty sure every time I've gone to see a gig where he's there, he like recognizes me, because he like gives me a bit of a wave, because I'm a bit special every time I see any of those guys. I've not met Robert Plant, but I have seen him live about 3 or 4 times now. But what happened in February, sorry, was Jimmy Page, the guitarist, him and his girlfriend, they were essentially doing like a Q&A at this bookshop in Shoreditch, I believe it is, because she is a poet and she has some books out, and they've been together for quite a few years, and they were doing like a Q&A in a really small shop, and I think it cost maybe £6 to go, and I was just like, I have to go to this, because this is going to be the only opportunity for me to see him in the flesh, because he doesn't really perform anymore, and he does a lot of things with his girlfriend Scarlett. So I was like, this has to be an opportunity for me to go and see him, and I did. And I was sitting at the front row, and I got to shake his hand at the end of it, and I was just like, it's a surreal moment. I know a lot of people just like, that's lame, but I mean, this is someone who I've idolized pretty much since I was 14, 15 years old. And for someone, oh man, my spots are so horrible today. And for someone who created a band that saved my life and made me who I am today, like they kind of built me into my love for music, and just having that person in front of you and be able to kind of, I don't know, it's just, you know, people give off like certain auras when you're close by to them, and you just kind of like, this man has created some of my, all of my like favorite music, and you know, albums, and just everything about him for me is just iconic. And that was honestly one of the best moments of my life. And I know that's really lame to say it, but if you guys know me, you know how much that night meant to me. So I was extremely happy that I was able to see him in the flesh. And his girlfriend Scarlett is one of the nicest people. She's always like commenting on my pictures, and like I'm always commenting on her, saying, you know, like Happy New Year, and I hope you and Jimmy are doing really well, and just really, really nice. So that was definitely a highlight. And then essentially like March we went into lockdown. So I was in the job that I am now. Well, it doesn't make any sense what I was about to say, but I was working, you probably guys will know, I used to work in Lush from like the year before until essentially March, and I was like, it's time for me to go, because I was getting pretty fed up. I'm pretty sure that was one of the reasons why I was so depressed around most of the year. This is even before lockdown as well. So when I found my new job, I was like, okay, I'm going to be starting that in April, and you know, lockdown is happening, and it's shit, but you know, it's got to happen. So yeah, essentially like March was lockdown, and then I was basically doing like, when I'd finished at Lush, I had 2 weeks gap to start my new job. So that whole time I was at home and I was filming. So around that time, you guys, if you were, however long you've been watching my videos, I was like, oh my god, I was doing a lot of videos and just continuously trying to keep myself sane. And around that time I was like doing a bit of working out and just kind of keeping myself going, because there's only so much you can be at home and be bored. I get bored very quickly, even when I know I've got stuff to do or I've got things to do. I just get quite frustrated about being at home. But you know, like I said, in April I started my new job, so that was pretty amazing. It's a job where I feel like it's very rewarding. In case you guys don't know what I do, I'm like a kind of an advice worker for women who, not just, I mean, mostly it's around for women who've been affected by domestic violence. So I help women apply for benefits, and I help them look for housing and stuff like that, and also providing them with the right advice on where to go for. So it's extremely important, and it's very rewarding. So I felt like doing a job that will help others has been so important, because, you know, during this time I had been volunteering. So I have done a volunteering video on, you know, how I applied and where I volunteered, and, you know, that kind of ended as soon as I started my new job, because obviously my new job is like 9 to 5, no, it's like 10 to 5 and adult stuff, so I couldn't really do any more volunteering. So that kind of ended, which was sad because I couldn't finish it properly because of the lockdown. So essentially, as like, you know, I started and then it just finished, so I couldn't really say goodbye to a lot of the people that I was kind of working with. So yeah, April I started my new job, and then what else happened? July we had to move, me and my husband, we had to move from where we were, so we've moved, and that was just frustrating because it's the second time that I've ever really moved. I know that's not a lot in my kind of 30, well now I'm 33, but in those 33 years, but it just kind of, I just realised how much shit I own, but it's all stuff that makes me happy, and it's stuff that I don't think I ever want to get rid of. But yeah, when we moved, it had to happen, so we kind of sorted our shit out, and, you know, it was stressful, but especially when you're moving in the middle of a pandemic, I wouldn't recommend it, unless you're moving somewhere that you've been really excited to like move into, obviously like a house or anything like that, then obviously, yeah. But it's not the best for like your mental health, because, you know, this year was pretty bad for all of us, and adding on to the stress of having to work for, this is obviously for me personally, a lot of people, you know, lost their jobs and everything, and of course I'm very grateful that I have my job, because I, you know, without having to like pay our bills and do stuff like that and just live a normal life, it is very difficult. But for someone who does struggle with, you know, mental health issues, it's difficult to live your normal life and pretend to be okay. But you just have to kind of get on with it and, you know, try and do the best you can. I really wanted to do a purple look today. I don't know why, so I'm just going in with my Book of Magic palette, which I'm very excited to use because it's actually been a while since I've used it. So let's go into August, and this is pretty cool, it's pretty random, but I got my hair done by one of my amazing friends, which was one of probably the highlights of my year, because it's so great for self-care. I did a small like vlog on it, it was like a 5-minute vlog, but honestly the transformation that my friend had done, and I was there for like the whole day, so me and one of my other friends, we had our hair done by our friend because she owns a salon, and it was just amazing transformation. Like my hair was like up to here, maybe a bit longer, and then obviously it was like completely red. I'll put up a picture of how my hair looked when she done it, and I was just in shock how obviously I dye my hair at home, we used to, I haven't done it recently, and obviously getting it done at a salon it makes so much difference. But like it helped me so much kind of just be a bit more kind of appreciative of what I have. I know that sounds so strange, but obviously during like August time, they had kind of eased the lockdown slightly, and then I was able to kind of get my hair done and see my friends again, because I hadn't really seen my friends in a really long time, so that was just amazing. But yeah, it's crazy how something like getting your hair done can mean so much, but honestly it just kind of lifted me up so much in that aspect. And it's not even just about getting your hair done, it's like the connection between seeing your friends and just going outside for a bit, which is nice, because you know, you know, they said you can go outside for like exercise, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to, like, obviously exercise is something that I don't do a lot, but I just felt like if I wanted to go outside, I'll do it for other reasons, and you know, stuff like that. I like go shopping and stuff, but going outside to see people and have a nice, you know, afternoon and evening just makes a lot of difference. What else happened? So yeah, that's pretty much since August. There's not really anything that's been happening that I can think of, apart from November was my birthday, and I was obviously at home, so I couldn't do anything, which is fine because this is my birthday, you know, it will happen again. Obviously it happens every year. Just trying to figure out what look to do, because I really want to use one of these elf shimmers, which I will use in a moment. Let me get a dark purple. I want this to fall off. But essentially, I know 2020 wasn't the year for people, and I'm really, you know, if anyone has struggled this year, I'm really sorry to hear that. It's not easy being cooped up at home, but sometimes I feel, you know, you grow stronger as a person when you go through really tough times. Like, I probably have spoken about it in like 2020 anyway, about my own mental health and how I struggled to just find the happiness of just getting up every morning and going to work. Not going to work, but like it's weird, because every day when I would get up and go to work, I would literally get up from my bed, go to the bathroom, go back to my room, get changed, have some breakfast, and sit at the desk at home. And it's something that you have to get used to, but it becomes kind of a norm. And I just, you know, I'm used to it now. It's weird to say it, because I am a very kind of, I know when people hate it, when they're like, oh, you're an introvert, extrovert, what does that mean? But for me personally, that means I like going outside, but then like I feel like I have to go outside once a day to kind of achieve something, even if I'm going shopping or if I'm going just to the shop or whatever. For me, that's an achievement of going outside and doing something. Oh, sorry, I'm just dropping everything. But obviously now we've been told to like not go out and not do anything, which is acceptable, because why are we risking our lives just to go and, you know, to see someone for 10 minutes when it could be done on a Zoom call? You know, like Zoom has been very kind of important this year. Like my friends, they've done we've been doing like Taskmaster events, which was so much fun, because it kind of keeps you connected with your friends over such a like shit time, but then you get to catch up as well, and you get to have a really nice kind of evening and just have a laugh, which, you know, I know it's not the same as physical contact with people, but you still yeah, you still get to have that connection. What I'm gonna do, actually, let me just put on this shimmer, because I know we're going over time, we're going into like the 20-minute mark, and this year I want to not make my videos so damn long, because that's what they've all been. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with one of my elf shimmers, and this is in the shade Dirty Martini. I think I've only used this like once or twice, but it's a nice hollow gold. Let me add it onto a brush, because I think it might not come out the best if I just put it straight on. So just putting it on here, and I'm going to add it into the corners. Oh, that's very nice. I don't know why I woke up and I was like, I want to do a purple look today. I mean, purple is one of my favorite colours. But I thought, you know, I do too many reds, and I've done a lot of like nudes recently, and I thought, you know, let's do a purple, because I'm awaiting a palette to turn up, which is like a green palette. So when that turns up, hopefully I'll be able to do a video on it, but there's like obviously lots of delays because of Christmas. But yeah, essentially the rest of the year was just kind of all merged into one since like August. The rest of the year for me has been like one big blur, but you know, I was very grateful. I got to see some of my family. Most importantly, well, there was months when I didn't see my mum, and that was pretty tough on me because, you know, my mum is the best. Like, to not see her is extremely difficult, because obviously in like our culture it's important to, you know, like look after your parents, love your parents and stuff. And my mum is just, you know, my mum. I'm very grateful to have her and not to see her. I know I had like WhatsApp and stuff and, you know, video calls, but it's not the same as when you physically see someone, and you know, it's difficult. So, you know, you guys did really well getting through last year. Even it's weird saying last year now, even though it's like first today. It's just good to get rid of that year, but we learn, and hopefully people will be a bit more considerate to others this year. We can hope. I'm just gonna do my lips. I might go in with my Fenty fruit snacks. So what I'll do, I'll be right back. Okay, so it actually took me a long time to like sort out my eyes. I tried to do some stuff in my inner corner. It didn't come out very well, but that's fine. I've sorted it out now. And of course I used my Fenty lip cream, which is still pretty good. So yeah, this is my finished look. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments what your highlight of 2020 was. I know it was very difficult to kind of think of what your highlight was, but you know, there must be something that you really enjoyed even during lockdown as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. And yeah, happy 2021 everybody. Yeah, let's have another year. We'll have another year, but let's have a good year. Let's fingers crossed. I'll see you soon. Bye.